Guys, it's Lindsay. So basically, I got a question on Tumblr the other day and I decided I would answer it in a video because I felt like it would give you guys a better understanding of my life, I guess. Basically, someone asked me to explain the last 5 years of my life to 5 years ago me. And I'm not really going to go into much detail, but I guess I'll just, point out the big things. So, 5 years ago, I was 15 years old and I was a sophomore in high school. Well, for starters, that year was when I decided that I wanted a fresh start. I wanted to get away. I wanted to move and, start my life over. So 6 months into that school year, I decided to look at schools in LA. And that was also the year that Tumblr took over my life. High school is very complicated for you until you graduate because you realize that there are people who want to talk to you just because you have a few followers on a stupid website. And you hate it, you push some people away, you kind of distance yourself from everyone, and you kind of just stick to your thing on Tumblr. You stick to your friends on the internet, and that's really all you do. You wake up in the morning, go to school, completely a mess. Hair in a bun, no makeup, sweatpants, and a sweatshirt every day. And in regards to Tumblr, when you are 17 years old, you meet this guy over Tumblr. And, he's this guy, and he makes you really happy. And, you guys talk every day, and you text all the time, and he was there for you in your most vulnerable state when everything felt like it was wrong. You always had him, and you end up falling in love with a guy who lives in a different country. And with all that going on, that goes on for a while until you graduate, and when it comes to prom, you end up getting asked by your best friend. He's been your best friend since the first grade. You have adored him since you were 6 years old and always dreamed of being with him, and it was never you. You were always there for him, but you were never the one he wanted. So when he asked you to prom, you assumed that it was just as friends. So with the guy you're in love with that lives in a different country, he's over here, and then you have the guy you're going to prom with, and then you have the guy that you are seeing. And he has been in Iraq for the first 6 months of your relationship, I guess you can call it. And prom kind of falls apart because you find out that your best friend is actually finally into you after all this time, and you're completely heartbroken, have a mental breakdown, and you're not yourself, you're not eating, you're not talking to anyone because you were in love with the guy for 11 years and he didn't care, and then all of a sudden he cares because you're talking to someone else, an older guy who makes you happy, and then you almost don't go to prom together, and then everything is just a giant mess. So finally, you realize that your feelings for this guy who lives 6,000 miles away overpowers everything you've ever felt for the other two, so you drop them both. And then he breaks your heart into a million pieces. And then you have no one. But you play it off like it's no big deal because that's just who you are, and that's who we are. We act like nothing's wrong until there is nothing wrong. So you end up going to prom, and it's super weird and awkward because all you want to do is be with your best friend, and you can't because you fucked it up. So you graduate, you turn 18, and you move 3,000 miles away to get away from it all. And you get to LA and you're by yourself and you're scared and terrified and cry yourself to sleep every night, and your roommates think you're a weirdo and you can't concentrate in class because all you can think about is how fucked up everything is, when looking back on it now, it wasn't even a big deal. There are so many other things I could have been so torn up about, but I was so torn up over these guys who broke me down until I was nothing and just treated me like I was nothing when I, gave them everything. And you end up living the first 7 months of your life in your fresh start alone. You FaceTime your mom every night and text her 24/7 because you're scared, and the panic attacks come back and the anxiety all the time and the not wanting to leave your room, not wanting to go to class. It just all comes right back, and everything is just fucked up, and you don't know what to do. And then finally you realize that your mom and your sister are going to move out to LA, and it's like everything just went away, because your family was going to be here and you actually had someone. That was exciting because you weren't going to be alone anymore. And then when they come back, you start going out places and you meet these people, and they're amazing, and they make you feel so happy, and you realize that there are good people out there and that there are genuine people out there who care about you, and you realize that everyone you had ever been friends with in the past was like completely awful compared to them, and that like you've never ever physically, like emotionally felt another person like care about you. And it's the most amazing thing in the world. Then you somehow wake up in the morning and realize that there are people around the world you don't know who start to care about you, and it's overwhelming and it's scary and it's stressful because you have all these eyes on you, and you realize that you can't do this, and you start freaking out, and you consider, deleting everything and wishing that you never moved to LA and wishing you never met these people. And then it suddenly hits you that, it's happening for a reason, and you start to become okay with it. And then, you have all these great friends, and then you meet all of these terrible people who you thought were good. And there's gonna be this girl, and I really wish that you were smarter than to have given her a chance, because she tried to ruin your life. And I really, looking back, wish I could change everything. And if this was a video that would help you not make this mistake, I wish it would. But what's done is done, and it was a learning experience, but she fucked up your life. She tried to turn all your friends against you and started all these rumors and lied and tried to steal everyone from you because she thought that she deserved it more than you did. And after that, you're really hard on yourself for a while because you start believing it, that maybe I don't deserve the friends I have, and that they shouldn't be wasting their time talking to me. So it's hard. And then after she's gone, she moves back home, she's not in LA anymore, you realize that you did lose some of your closest friends because they believed her over you, when everything she said was a lie. And to this day, in 2015, there are some people that you miss a lot, and it's like no matter what you do or what you say to them, they still won't forgive you and won't see past the fact that you didn't do anything wrong, and that they just don't care anymore. And then I'm sorry. And then you wake up one morning after all this is over, after months of, being in bed and not talking to anyone, just staying to yourself. You realize, you wake up one morning and you're like, fuck this. I am done feeling sorry for myself, and I'm done dealing with stupid people that are just gonna hurt me, and I'm done with having feelings for people that, don't feel the same way, and I'm done caring about people who don't show it back to me. And that's when everything really starts for you, because that's when you finally show everyone who you really are, and people realize that they took advantage of you, and they're apologizing and they're groveling and being the bitch that you are. You don't give anyone second chances, and in some ways it backfires, but in other ways it shows people not to fuck with you, which was, as you know, in high school, everyone took advantage of you, and you were the one that people invited to places because they felt bad, because if you were ever around them and you didn't know what they were talking about, they would feel guilty, and you were the one who was never asked to hang out, and you were the one who was never really in any type of crowd. And you realize that now you're not going to make the same mistake, and you are so much stronger now than you were. And looking back at it now, like, you are so weak and scared right now, and I just want you to know that, it gets better, like a lot better, and you're gonna be okay. No matter all the scary, life-threatening thoughts you were thinking when you were 15 until you graduated, and that first 6 months of college, just know that none of those thoughts are worth it, and you're better than that, and things turn out okay, and everything is going to be fine. So just keep your head up and finish school, and do everything that you want. Don't let people hold you back from doing what you want, no matter what anyone says to you. I know it's going to be hard because your parents don't want you to go to LA, and your dad thinks that you're not making the decision for yourself, and that you don't want to actually go there, and that other people are telling you what to do. But you have to make sure that everyone understands that it's your decision and your decision only, and you did it on your own. And when your friends get mad at you for leaving, just remember that you're not going to be stuck in that small town forever like they are, and that you are trying to make a change to your life for the better, instead of being stuck and miserable and with the same people who treated you awful. I don't even know how to end this. I just cried for I don't even know how long about everything. I'm just gonna drink my Slurpee and take a minute. I will see you guys soon. Thank you for watching, and yeah, bye.